everybody, we're live here for my second cooking demo. I'm Rachel here as a certified holistic health coach with Redefining All Diets, and today I wanted to share with you a delicious recipe for homemade chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? I just had chocolate today at Wildfire for my team lunch, and it definitely gave me a food coma because there's so much sugar and calories that are added in, and you don't even know how many ingredients they put in there. Nobody wants to have a stomachache after eating their favorite foods, so why not be able to make it a lot more simple with no baking at all, a minimal prep time, and you can have this with having a little extra protein boost. So there's only a few ingredients. So to start here, we have 1 cup of cocoa powder. All right. We have half a cup of maple syrup or honey, because this is a great way to start crowding out different sweeteners, because so many of us are so used to having artificial sweeteners and we don't even know what something tastes like without it being so rich and full of calories, because then it keeps us craving more, and then that's what makes us sick, start having a lot of anxiety and start having other gut issues and having trouble focusing most of all, because they're just on such a sugar rush, and with that then they just crash a couple hours later. So there's no need for that. Alright, so the next ingredient is just a little bit of sea salt. Always good with some extra salt in there. Get a little salty with your sweet. Next ingredient is cinnamon, because who doesn't love cinnamon in chocolate? Also, with the chocolate, I use this Whole Foods cacao powder. It's a great replacement for cocoa powder, which is extremely processed. So this is also great for those fall lovers who want to get a little head start on making some hot chocolate. How much did we put in? Katie says we have 1 cup so far of cacao powder and 1/2 cup of maple syrup or honey, or any sweetener of your choice. And then we put a little bit of sea salt and some cinnamon. And then the next ingredient here, we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then can't forget, we have 4 tablespoons here of, this is Kerrygold butter, which is a lot better because this one is grass-fed, because most of the butter that we buy because most of the stuff that we buy is extremely commercialized and processed, so this is a great alternative for getting something a little bit better. And of the cinnamon, I would say just 1/2 teaspoon or a teaspoon. It's your choice. I really love cinnamon, so I put in a lot. And then for sea salt, just a little bit, like 1/4 teaspoon is pretty standard. Alright, so we're just going to mix that in here in a second. Then the last ingredient, we can't forget, a little extra protein kick. Your nut butter of choice. So right here I have some almond butter. You can either use peanut butter, sunflower butter. There's so many choices that you can use. I have tons of different options at your local grocery store. Just gonna put this in here real quick. Almond butter is a great alternative for those who have allergies to peanuts or any other tree nut. Well, almonds are tree nuts, or any other nut. So this is a great way to get a little extra protein while also having your favorite sweets. And this makes a lot, so get ready to have lots of leftovers. Your whole family will love this. You can even get the kids involved. They can stir up the chocolate because it's really messy. So that way they get it to try your finger-looking good chocolate. All right, so there we have the butter. There we go. So after we put all the ingredients, we stir it all in. So just using a fork is fine, or if you have a beater, you can do that too. Just gonna mix it up here for a second. I'm gonna actually put this aside because I actually made a little bit beforehand because I wanted to show you what the final product looks like. So I'm gonna set this aside, but before I do that, I just wanted to make sure to tell you that when you're stirring this up, make sure to get all of the butter clumps out of there, because it could end up being really clumpy if you don't fork it well enough, which could have you taste butter a little bit. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. So I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to go to So once you're done stirring, put it in the freezer and let it set for an hour. So we'll pretend an hour passed. Whee! Now I'm going to go to the freezer and get our delicious chocolate. So when it's all stirred up, put all of your chocolate on some parchment paper, or else you won't be able to get your chocolate off of the pan. It might end up sticking. So just lay it flat. Here, let me flip the video. Okay, here we have the chocolate flattened down on some parchment paper. Then once it's flattened, let it sit for an hour. Now I'm going to peel this off real quick. Set that aside right there. So this is what the final product looks like when you're done. You got a big giant slab of chocolate. Just cut in a little piece to try this and serve just in little squares. Make sure not to keep this out too long, because then you can end up having it melt, and that's no good. You want to be able to have your chocolate nice and crunchy or soft like you would in a normal chocolate or a processed chocolate bar. So that way you can still have the same consistency. Alright, let me get this off here. So this is what the chocolate looks like. A little piece here. And you can taste the sweet and salty in there too. And it melts in your mouth. It's delicious. Might even bring this to my class tonight to have them share. A little surprise. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. But before I go, I wanted to give you a special announcement. So this week, RedefiningAllDiets.com is launching, and I wanted to provide for you a free gift before I launch. So if you put your email in the comments below, I'll give you 5 free tips on how to make healthy food fast, like this chocolate, for example, as well as 2 of my favorite recipes that have helped me lose weight along my journey and be able to keep it off. One last announcement, stay tuned for my summit on August 21st, where I make a delicious meal that's normally complicated and be able to simplify it with less ingredients, less cooking time, and be able to have a giant meal to be able to prepare for you and your family to be able to have lots of meals afterwards with less mess as well. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, everybody. Bye-bye.